those of you who follow me on Facebook, you guys know that I've recently traveled to the Dominican Republic. Around this time, plane tickets are kind of high, so what I did was I tried something new and I actually booked my flight with Spirit Airlines. So I went online, I looked at the pricing, looked at the dates I needed, and they fit perfectly. You know, it was a very cheap flight, so I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and go through with it. So when the day came for me to board the flight was going from Houston to Orlando, Florida, and then from Orlando, Florida to the Dominican Republic. So when it was time for me to board the flight from Houston to Orlando, that's when Houston weather was very bad, you know, raining, storming. So when we all boarded the flight, the pilot told everybody that the flights would be kind of delayed, but everyone was on the same page. So different flights knew that people might be delayed, landings might be delayed because of the weather. So I'm like, okay, cool. When we finally land in Orlando, Florida, we were waiting in the plane for about 25-30 minutes. And so I flagged one of the attendants down and I was letting her know that, you know, the flight landed in Orlando, Florida at 7:19. The flight from Orlando, Florida to the Dominican Republic was supposed to leave at 8. So I flagged the attendant down to let her know that, you know, my flight is about to leave to the Dominican Republic. I have to hurry up. And she reassured me. She was like, no, everyone knows that everything is delayed. The weather is bad, so you can calm down, relax. You're not going to get left. So I'm like, okay. When the pilot finally let all of us off the plane, me and about 5 other people ran to the gate. Lo and behold, when we arrived at the gate, 2 clerks was there to welcome us and let us know that the plane left us. Okay. You can tell both of the clerks at the desk had an attitude, which is fine. Might have been a long day. I understand. So I asked one of the clerks, what is my next step? She was like, it's your choice. I asked her, what are my options? So she said the first option is to take a flight that same night. It would be leaving Orlando, Florida and heading to San Francisco. But when I got to San Francisco, I would have no way of getting to Dominican Republic. You know, it was no flight going from San Francisco to the Dominican Republic. She said the second option is to wait here at the airport all night, and that morning a flight is coming in and it's going to take you from Orlando, Florida to Fort Lauderdale, and from Fort Lauderdale to the Dominican Republic. So I'm like, okay, fine. That's my best option. That's my only option at this point. They did not give us any vouchers, no nothing. They was basically like, oh well, you know, oh well, it's your fault. So before I left the desk, I asked the clerk, what about my bag? I had a large suitcase with everything in it. She told me that what's gonna happen with my bag is it's gonna continue the flight to the Dominican Republic. By the time I get there, my bag should already be there, you know, waiting patiently for me. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Long as my bag is there, I'm cool. Once I arrived in the Dominican Republic, the group that had to stay at the airport, we were looking for our bags, so we went to baggage claim. And when we arrived at baggage claim, the lady was like, bags? Y'all looking for bags? The lady was like, she did not receive any information on bags. We made a baggage claim report. I gave her my cell phone number. I told her as soon as she found out any information about my bag, please contact me. Call me, text me, whatever she has to do to get in contact with me. I also gave her the first apartment I was staying in. I gave her that phone number in Boca Chica. And also I gave her the second apartment I was staying in Santo Domingo. I gave her their phone number. So she had every resource to contact me as soon as she received information on my bag. The next morning, I woke up early because I was still just thinking about where my bag's at, you know, all night. It was hard for me to kind of go to sleep. Thankfully, I had a carry-on bag with another outfit and, you know, basically my main necessities in my carry-on. I wasn't too frantic, but I was still like, I hope they did not lose my bag because I had a lot of things in that bag. So I started calling around. I called the Dominican Republic airport. They did not answer the phone. I called Orlando, Florida airport. A lady answered the phone. She was pretty nice. I asked her about the information. She said the only thing she can see is my baggage claim number. She cannot see anything else. And so I told her, well, can you, check where my bag is at this time? And she was like, no, I don't have any information on that. I'm like, well, ma'am, the tags that are attached to my bag has a barcode. From my understanding, when somebody moves my bag from one plane to another or just from one plane to any destination, they're supposed to scan the barcode for tracking so everyone knows where my bag is at any given time. And she was like, no, we didn't scan the barcode. And I'm like, y'all don't scan barcodes on Spirit Airlines? She didn't say anything. So I'm like, okay, I see, okay. So I told her, I was like, okay, where could my bag be at this point? She was telling me that a flight was going to land in the Dominican Republic at 1 a.m. Are you sure? She was like, yeah, I'm sure. And your bag would definitely be on that flight. So no worries. I'm like, okay. I got her name and number. So I looked on Spirit Airlines schedule. I did not see a flight that was landing at 1 a.m. So I'm like, okay, maybe she has a special schedule that she can see different flights that the public cannot see. Okay. So that next morning, lo and behold, no bags. So I called Orlando, Florida again, and another lady answered the phone, and she told me she did not see any flight landing in Dominican Republic at 1 a.m. I told her me either, because I actually looked on the Spirit Airlines schedule. I did not see a flight. So that flight didn't exist. And the other lady, I guess, was just trying to get me off the phone. I don't know. But at that point, the lady that was on the phone with me at that time, she could not help me either. She was like, I don't know where your bags are. Obviously, they still not scanning barcodes. So, who knows? My bag could be in Australia at that point. So I called the Dominican Republic airport again. No answer. I called Fort Lauderdale again. No answer. The next day, I went into the city, Santo Domingo, and I checked into my apartment. And the front desk clerk lady was letting me know that, a lady named Maria from the airport, she was calling all morning, seeing if you checked in. Front desk clerk lady, she was able to get the number, and she called her and told her I was checked in. So Maria, she had someone to come bring my bag to me at the apartment. It was around that afternoon. When I got my bag, like, everything is okay. No, it's not okay. You guys lost my bag for 2 days. Obviously did not scan any barcode. Did you even look at the bag? What happened with my bag? The other people that was staying in Dominican Republic, I don't even know if they even, got their bag. It's probably still lost. Who knows? I want my full refund back on my bags because y'all lost my bags for 2 days. 2 days.